You're saying that U.S. controls on AI for China is a manageable issue for the company. You do not foresee a situation where TSMC would be caught in the crosshairs of these geopolitical tensions, primarily to the extent that their complete business line with China may be cut off. That wouldn't happen. That's an extreme.
Yeah, in the crosshairs, I think that would be an absolute worst case scenario, and I don't think that we're really looking at that super credibly. I think will TSMC or could TSMC sort of get caught in the middle in the crossfire? Maybe a little bit. But what I like actually about the new Biden rule is that it has very specific carve-outs for specific types of businesses, specific types of areas and countries. So it allows certain numbers like minimums and maximums. And so I think it creates the beginning of a framework that we didn't really have before that brings more clarity for TSMC, for NVIDIA, for all the tech players in every country and company dealing with AI right now. So I think it's it's not a starting point, but I think it's a good next chapter. But the main thing to remember is that there's a 120-day review period before this goes into effect or doesn't go into effect. And so the incoming Trump administration will have the ability to look at this new rule and choose to either implement it or not implement it, or make amendments to it. And it's very possible that the Trump administration, especially given its propensity for making deals, may use this as a sort of a negotiation opener to negotiate something with China, some kind of resolution to this. Yeah.
But I suppose drilling it down to specifics, Olivier, is that the fact that they're asking TSMC potentially to do a little bit more due diligence, and they've actually now gone after and punished the company which was involved in that TSMC sort of equipment ending up in Huawei's hands as well. So, I mean, do you anticipate that this is going to have sort of any impact material on the business?
Not really, no. I mean, it's definitely something to look out for. It's a little bit of a warning shot. I think that TSMC is very receptive to the potential blowback for something like this. But ultimately, it's really difficult to keep a chip out of the hands of somebody else. At some point, you have to kind of have some flexibility in the model so that you don't overcorrect with a company like TSMC or anybody else when a chip ends up where we don't want it to. But also, I think that's what's more important, more broadly, is that the objective here isn't necessarily just to punish Huawei. That seems to be an ancient history. It's just sort of like a remnant of past policies.